I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, everybody, welcome. Thanks for being here. Looking for a roll call, Kathy?
You got it. Saban. Bartleson. Here. Lobes. Here. Bergbauer.
Present.
Logley.
Here.
McDonald.
Here.
Karras.
Here.
Kostecki.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, Police Chaplain Bill Carroll is here to open us in a prayer.
Good evening, everybody. Let's pray. Dear God, I open this year up just with a prayer of thanks. I thank you for our city. I thank you for our police department. I thank you for our fire department. I thank you for our civil workers and our city workers. I thank you for our government. I thank you for our city council. I thank you for the volunteers in Lockport that serve their city. Although we don't take for granted what a peaceful and beautiful place we live. And we ask blessings upon our city now. In your name, amen.
Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it. Okay, my friends, we have some liaison reports. Anybody got anything?
I do. So I had the pleasure of attending the Summer Art Series meeting last week, and they've got quite a lot going on. There's some exciting things coming up. We'll be doing the Fridays in the Park again this summer on their public landing, and they're looking for sponsors for the bands because they can be quite expensive. Food trucks will be announced soon. Comicopolis is going to be happening this summer, and so it's the library's comic and fandom hosted in partnership with Amazing Fantasy Books and Comics. So that will be July 29th, and it'll start at the White Oak Library. Spooky Night Out will be in September. There's also exciting illumination project going on, coming soon. It's a projection that will be on the Illinois State Museum wall, and an artist will prepare a video, and it will play on the wall, and I think Steve probably has more information on that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, basically, it'll go from dusk till midnight, so there's lots of room for content. And I know, right, everything's up there. We're just waiting for the right internet connection so that we don't have to climb up there with a jump drive every time you want to put new material up. So, yeah. But it's really close to being up there, so.
And then also there are going to be some seasonal themed movies at the Roxy. Some of them will actually be double features as well. So like in the matinee, it will be more child and kid activities and themed, and then in the evening will be more adult. And they're going to even try to do like a dinner movie night and a dinner dance movie. So that's about it for now.
Right on. Anybody else got anything? Thanks, Renee.
I have something. The At Your Door service that we use for the city did a yearly report, and the total pounds of collected of recyclables is 48,000 pounds, roughly, give or take. The total pounds sent for recycling that were able to be recycled was 45,000 pounds. So basically, 93% of the material that we were, that At Your Door took, we were able to recycle it as a community, which is really good. Simple Recycling, which does your clothing, we haven't really gotten anything back yet as far as, because it's a new service, as far as what their success rate is. Again, that's free to the community. All you have to do is go on their website, give them your address, and they'll pick up your used clothes and other things that you don't want to get, you don't want to throw in the garbage, like sheets and pillows and pillowcases. They'll take them all.
It's up on our website, and we did get our first check for some materials coming in, so we know that it's being used. We just haven't got the formal report from them yet, so we just got that.
How much is that check? I'm just curious. It's got to be,
Less than $1.
Yes. It was like a nickel per household, wasn't it? So we got 19 houses so far.
Things are happening now.
Just moving.
That's still important to do.
yeah.
It's more about the reuse than the money, so we knew that when we started.
And then I also have Lockport and Bloom. It's going along really well. We talked to Brett today, and hopefully they'll have two people that we can count on from the city. And that's about it for us. It's coming along, though.
Yeah, good. That's great. Thank you, too. All right, anybody else have anything?
Just
Mayor?
had one response at the last meeting, and I did email everyone today, if you haven't seen it. Alderman Galogly asked about a valet update, and so in the email to you and with me tonight, I have a year-to-date for 2022 on the valet. We parked almost 3,000 cars last year. It was 2,973 cars. It cost about $1,800 a weekend, so we're spending about $95,000 a year to do that. If you average that all out, it's about $30 a car, so it's not cheap. We talked to them about cutting back on Sundays. Sunday usage was pretty low, so I think if we cut that, that'll save us about $14,000 a year, saving us about $275 a week, so we can get the annual spend down to about $80,000. We still have one more year on the current contract. We're actually looking at some other ideas, whether it's expanded parking lots or potential someday parking garage, if we can find a way to make it cost effective. But we'll see what happens. There's not as many usage of valet on 10th Street compared to 11th Street, but we're waiting for the 1000 South State project to kind of come open, so we want to kind of leave it there for now and see how this year unfolds and report to you again next year, and we can make a decision on whether we want to continue the program or start charging or, change it up or not. So, but right now it is getting used, so that's good.
And so folks here visiting today understand we use video gaming money for that. It's not tax dollars in that sense, so just, that's where it's funded from.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, anything else?
Mayor, if I could? Mayor, if I could?
Yes.
I have two quick things. One is that the Lockport Police Department is going to be putting on the 2023 Citizens Police Academy. It's going to run from March 8th until May 24th. These meetings will take place on Wednesdays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Lockport Police Department. For more information on the program or to sign up, people can go to the Lockport Facebook page or contact the Lockport Police Department, and we can put people in touch with the coordinator for that program. Also, Lockport Police Department is currently advertising. If anybody knows any Illinois certified law enforcement officers, we are looking for an officer with previous experience to come on as a lateral hire at Lockport PD. For more information on that, we would ask that people go to the Blue Line website. It's one word, The Blue Line, and all the information is there on that. Thank you.
Hey, just for the sake of folks who are here tonight, for the Citizens Police Academy, can you just give a little bit of a breakdown, like ages and what's involved, what it means to be on the Citizens Police Academy?
Sure. So the Citizens Police Academy is a 12-week program. It runs 3 hours per night. It's going to be on Wednesdays this year instead of on Mondays. We're doing it in the spring versus at the end of the summer, hoping to get more participation so that a lot of people with the kids going back to school, it's kind of difficult. So we're doing it earlier this year. It kind of gives, it's broken up in sections. We have one of our drug officers come in and give some information on some of the drug cases that they've worked and what they look for. We have an investigations portion where you can come in and learn a little bit about what investigations done. Part of that program is also hands-on, where you get to use some of the equipment that they use for processing scenes. There's some stuff on DUIs. They usually do a mock trial, DUI trial. So it's kind of just about understanding what we do as the police and why we do it, and I think a lot of people come out of that more appreciative and with a better understanding. It also builds a better relationship within the community because a lot of these people will call us later, come out for ride-along, so it's a really good program. It just really depends on how many people we can get involved in it, whether we put on, with COVID, we weren't able to do it 2 years ago. Last year, we realized a lot of people were still on vacation or getting their kids in school. So this year, we're going to try to do a little bit earlier to get more participation, and everybody that's gone through it, I don't know if anybody has gone through it, but we hear good things, so if anybody's interested.
What age is minimum?
So for this, it's actually 18 and over. We do have, we're going to put on this summer the Youth Citizen Police Academy as well. That's something we just started last year, and that affords students the opportunity to get credits towards, they've got to do those community service hours. We set up with the school where they get up to like 10 community service hours, and we run that for like 4 weeks. But this here is the adult version, so 18 and older, but we do have another one coming up in the, for the youth in the summer.
All right, thanks, Rich, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right. If there's nothing else, then Joanne, you're up.
Yes. Mayor, before we actually
They were I placed a call on Friday, and by Tuesday, it was granted that Homer Tree donated some wood chips for an area at one of the schools that I actually work at, and we really appreciate it because they really did it. So, you know, I mean, they came and dropped it off, and now the school can take care of some of the area that's real muddy where the children usually sit at. They weren't able to because of the way the grounds were by the benches. And so Brent, I appreciate you being on it, and a big thanks to Homer Tree for donating the mulch.
Yeah, that's great.
So thank you. So yes, so today we get a chance to recognize some residents that sent in their pictures of their homes for the holiday lights recognition. And so we'd like to do that. And Mayor, if you could help me with that, that'd be great. Okay, our first recipient is the Billquest residents, and this is their home at 17920 South McCabe Lane. They really went all out, and it's beautiful. We thank you so much.
Who gets up on the ladder? Nice.
Kids, I'll let you handle
Sure.
this.
Very good. Well, congratulations. Thanks so much for taking the time. I know everybody enjoys Christmas lights in town, so. What about you? Do you like them? Are they fun?
Please just leave that in your yard, okay?
Thank you very much. Oh, here, Lisa, I'll take a picture.
Oh, yes. The next one is, okay, let's see how badly I chop up this name.
Antonalia.
Antonalia, okay. Or close enough.
Antonalia.
Close
Usually
enough.
those G's go away. Is that here? Okay, did we say it right?
And by the way, this is actually, I'm sorry. Oh, I thought you were talking to us, okay. So,
Yes,
Yes.
I have blue lights on my loft. If you ever go down Galver at night, you'll see a blue line through our double window.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
nice.
year long.
All right.
All year
Oh,
long.
nice.
Thank you for
Yeah,
participating.
definitely. Thanks for
Really
coming out.
appreciate it.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Oh, yes, that's right. It's Bob's birthday today. So
Yep.
happy birthday. This is neighbors of Renee Sabian, so.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, and the last one, the Churchill family at 311 South Washington. I don't believe they're here, but we'll make sure that they get their display banner. So thank you. There's no picture taken.
Mike's usually sitting at the end of the bar at Nick and Ivy, so we give him.
Oh, there you go. But thank you for everyone who participated. Please continue sending in your pictures of your homes. I know you take great pride, and we appreciate it, and we take great pride and recognize you guys. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Right on,
Thank you
thanks
so
so
much.
much. All right, next we're gonna talk Eagle Scout recognition. This is a big deal, so Eagle Scouts, come on up. Get some stuff here. So either becoming an Eagle Scout has gotten a lot easier, or we just have a lot of dynamic young men in this town. Because when I was a kid, like one guy got Eagle Scout, so maybe I just came from a bad place. But I am just so impressed with all that you guys do. Come on up, so are you Ryan, or which one's Ryan and Ryan? I'm Ryan. Robert, all right. Ryan, come on up first. Tell me about your Eagle Scout project, man, what did it take?
So we worked with the Will County Forest Preserve, and we built 12 bluebird boxes, and we also installed 12 predator guards on existing boxes that were already up, and then we took GPS coordinates of all the existing boxes for the Will County Forest Preserve.
So what like preserve did you do it in?
It was called Plum Creek. It was in Crete.
Oh, in Crete, okay.
Yeah.
We went to see, we did this owl walk, me and my girls.
Oh, really?
Man, it was cold, and I didn't see one owl, man, so. this sash. I had one merit badge when I was in Scouts. Yeah, one merit badge, yeah. Congratulations, man. I really appreciate all the work you did. Here's the outstanding citizen pin. And the ball cap. And we'll get your certificate. Ryan Donahue, right on. There you go, man. Oh, yeah, sorry. Get the podium in the way. Well done. I really appreciate it. So what's your plans now, man? Is there still a thing called Order of the Arrow?
Yeah.
What is that? I forget.
It's like a, it's like a separate, it's still in Scouts, but it's like a separate group of people.
Okay. I didn't just,
Yeah.
I was thinking about that when I saw you guys. Like, I remember that when I was a kid. Another thing I didn't achieve, but. Well done. Bob, come on up, man. So, tell us about your Eagle Scout project.
Well, I worked with Butler School, and I replaced one of their carts for recess, and I built 2 of them out of PVC. The current cart that they had was very broken. The equipment did not really work well, so I wanted to help out and get that back up for the kids coming into the school now, so they can have a good time at the recess at the park.
That's great, man. Now, where did you guys all went to Lockport Township High School?
Yep.
And where did you guys go to middle school?
I went at Homer Junior High in Hadley.
Same? Okay, very good, man. Well, congratulations, Rod. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate your coming out here tonight. Just a citizenship pin and a cool hat. Right on. And thank you, Scoutmasters and families. I know it's a lot of work and a lot of hours, and I appreciate, you leaders who just put the time in and take care of these young men, and it's really special what you do, so thank you very much. All right, families, very good. All right. I always say this, don't feel bad if you want to get up and leave. I understand. Otherwise, you're going to sit through the council meeting. So there's no shame in leaving, but you're also welcome to stay, either way. All right, my friends, so we're going to move forward with our meeting, PW1. What do you got there, Brent, for us?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. One item on the agenda this evening is for our Lockport South STP aeration tanks 1 and 2. What we're looking to do this evening would be to improve our air diffusers, so essentially what gets air into the treatment process. Right now what we have is we have some older diffusers. Diffusers aren't able to get the air in there efficiently. Some are blocked, some are crimped, some are broken, some are just deteriorated to a point of no longer functioning. We did budget for this project for the 2023 fiscal year. Again, this is a continuation of something that we started last year. We were able to find quite a few pieces to reuse on the site. So instead of going out and having to buy all new equipment, we were able to reuse some equipment. We're also going to do this in-house, so all of the labor is going to be done in-house. We do have to purchase a number of pieces of equipment, so if we look at, we've got 456 membranes, 456 O-rings, and 912 clamps. So we do have some equipment that we still need. However, we were able to get, like I said, quite a bit in-house, and then also do all of the labor in-house. We are asking for council's consideration to move forward with a sole source bid. This is in the amount of $33,226.80. This is because the equipment that we already have on site and the current diffusers, we're looking to use the exact same ones, and we're just looking to mirror the equipment. So that's why it's a sole source. So asking for council's consideration to approve resolution number 23-007, accepting the quote from Environmental Dynamics International in the amount of $33,226.80, and asking for council's consideration for consent this evening.
All right, questions, concerns, thoughts? All good? All right, then we shall put it on consent. All right, facade grant, what do you got?
This item is related to Resolution 23005. The applicant and business owner of Taco Patio is requesting funds through the city's facade and site improvement grant program for the replacement of his monument sign at the property located at 1022 East 9th Street. 3 contractor bids were submitted for the project. BC Signs, Apex Sign and Graphics, Stewart Signs, and Precision Property Pros all submitted proposals for it. Facade program allows for a 50% match up to $20,000 for a facade and $10,000 for site improvements. The maximum amount allowed for site improvements for this project is for $24,885. That was the lowest quote. So the facade grant would be $10,000. The budgeted amount for the 2023 facade and site improvement reimbursements is at $160,000. Beginning with this $10,000 for the project, we will be at a sum total of $10,000, 6.25% of it. So we are looking for consent on this for Resolution 23005.
All right, questions, concerns?
I'd just like to say that Chris and Nasia are just amazing as far as giving back to Lockport. It's really nice to see that hopefully we will pass this and give them their sign monument. I really believe that they are part of our community. They're always going out of their way to help schools, the police department. They're involved in the Sweets and Savory Crawl. It is a really good business. So I appreciate that we're doing this, and I'd like to see a new sign.
Yeah, I agree. We just carried out on Sunday and probably ate way too much. But is the sign going to read Taco Tuesday now, or because one of the just something in the packet I saw, it said Taco Tuesday. I don't know if they were going to change that or
My
if they're
understanding
going
is still be Taco Patio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Tacos aren't just for Tuesday.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
I was like, they changed the name.
Hi, everybody. Mayor, City Council. Yeah, we took a decision to improve and make more attractive our sign, the monument site at the front. The existing LED was broken due a tornado, and light stroke hit it and burned everything. And we have to replace it, and we like to take the opportunity of the grant program and build nice sign with a brick base, cover all the requirements that the city requests. And pretty much, I think the building department approved it, so we're ready to go. We need our help.
Whether or not it would be renamed to Taco Tuesday, like it was in the packet, or if you're staying Taco Patio. Might have been just a sample in it.
One of the pages says Taco Tuesday.
No.
That was, yeah. Yeah, I think that was just a proposal.
Just want to make sure we can get tacos every day of the week.
That's a good approach.
Yeah.
Taco Wednesday.
Yeah.
I was trying to assure Matt that tacos aren't just for Tuesday, so as long as we're good with that.
Very good. All right, you guys, any other questions or comments then? All right, we're good. We okay with consent then for this? All right.
Thank you very much.
All right, and then lastly, Rich, what do you got?
Sure. Mayor, members of City Council, good evening. As part of the Lockport Police Department's vehicle replacement plan that was designed to keep up with the needs of the agency by providing safe, well-functioning emergency vehicles in the fleet that are used to not only patrol the city, but to respond to emergency calls for service, I'm asking for City Council's consideration to allow the purchase of 3 new Ford Police Interceptors at a cost not to exceed $145,000. A couple things I think may be worth mentioning tonight is that in recent years we had purchased these vehicles through the Suburban Purchasing Cooperative. However, this program for 2023 is not being offered. Also in past years, we had asked for approval to purchase 4 vehicles, but due to the higher costs that are associated with these vehicles recently, we are asking for 3 instead of the 4. Last year, we budgeted for 4 vehicles. We placed an order with a local dealership, and we utilized the suburban purchasing cooperative that was still in place. However, we never did receive any of those vehicles due to a shortage of inventory and production. We ended up having to purchase 2 vehicles. They're both 2022 police interceptors that we found at 2 separate locations on dealership lots in Indiana. I converted one of our existing police interceptors that were assigned to the administration to a marked squad, and then we purchased a 3rd vehicle, 3 out of 4. We never did purchase the 4th, but we purchased a 3rd that was a civilian model that we use as part of the administration and for the vehicle that we rotated into the patrol division. So again, I'd be asking for City Council's consideration the purchase of these 3 new Ford Explorers, Explorers. When suitable vehicles are located or become available for purchase, because we never know when they're going to be, we just keep searching for vehicles that are available. So we'd be asking to be able to do that again this year as we did last year. Again, not to exceed the $145,000, and these are budgeted funds. 50% capital and 50% is federal asset forfeiture funds. And that'd be resolution 23-008.
All right, questions, concerns?
I just had a question. What happens to the old vehicles when they're retired?
So what we typically do with the older vehicles, they would get, we do have vehicles with over 90,000 miles, some with 70, 80. What we end up doing with those is we either set them for auction. I know like last year we had some vehicles and we were able to donate them. There was a fire department that wasn't too far from here. I received City Council's approval to donate it. So we got a letter from the fire department that never had their own vehicles to respond to anything. They had the fire vehicles, but they never had an admin vehicle. We do get very little money for them at auction most of the time. This year, I've already made a decision to hang on to these extra vehicles just in case we're not able to find vehicles. But typically, they go to auction. Yep.
Pat was hoping to score the Bluesmobile, right?
That's true.
Are we good with consent? All right. All righty. Anything under new business?
I actually forgot to ask a question when we were doing some of the reports over from Ben and his table.
Sure.
I know that we sold the cell tower, and we had talked, not sold, but sold the lease rights for the cell towers. And we had talked a while ago, maybe 2 months ago, we had talked about isolating those funds because it's a one-time hit to new revenue, and bringing it back to the council to where we could decide on what item on our CIP list that we would allocate the funds. So is that the path we're still going to take?
So can I bring you up to date? So
Yeah.
the auction did go through. We have a highest bidder. The company who had them originally have the right of first refusal.
Okay.
They have 45 days to make that right of first refusal. So one of them has already agreed. They've verbally given us the agreement that they're going to exercise that right of first refusal. But the other one we still haven't heard from. So we have not received any of those funds. We still need to net out the expenses that are incurred for that. So we'll end up with maybe 1.2 million when
Okay.
we're all done, but they did exceed our unpublished reserve amount, which is why we went forward.
Yes.
So we've signed off saying that it was okay. The money will go into the capital fund, restricted for capital improvements, but no project has been identified yet. That is, up to council to decide.
Okay, so when everything's finalized, whether it's in a month or two, it would come back to us and we would decide whether an open or an executive on what capital improvements it would go towards?
Yeah, we're going to probably be restating the CIP in the next few months as well, and we can talk about that at that time. I mean, typically, sometimes it's an opportunity for a B-list item or something else that the council feels is a priority, or we can use it for matching funds on grants. Again, it's up to the council's discretion, but yeah, there's projects that we have available on the B list of the CIP that don't have funding currently, so that would be something that could be appropriate to use it. Certainly, we also have a large CIP contingency that we could use it towards anything, but it's up to the council's discretion.
All right, thank you.
So we can basically encumber it and hold it.
All right, thanks.
Ronald? Anything else?
Just an open comment. Does anyone know what the status is of Dan's Automotive off Thornton? It looked like it was a repair shop at one time for a number of years, and now it just looks like there's a bunch of used cars parked there. It's really sort of an eyesore. do they come before anybody in terms of rezoning that? Or I was under the impression that, any type of a used car dealership should be more high line, and it looks just like a bunch of, sort of old beat-up cars just kind of beached there.
There is one rub with it that Lance will explain.
Unfortunately, it's in the county. It's not a city property.
Okay.
And that zoning district allows for used car sales. They don't have any exclusions or requirements like we do in our zoning code. It's one of those very challenging gap tooth places in our city where, we're almost wholly surrounding it, but not quite. And so there's no opportunity to kind of manage that. I had called the county as soon as those cars showed up on the site to ask them whether or not they had received approval to do that, and all it was for them was a new business license. Unfortunately, there were no parking lot improvements or landscaping or anything else that was required of them when they went in.
Is there any way that we can, I'm sorry, Steve, is there any way that we can follow up with Secretary of State, Police, to see if they can maybe do some kind of an inspection and they're up to, the minimum requirements to have something like that?
Yeah.
They are the same owner, actually, that is the car dealership up on Archer, that we took through some legal action recently, and they are fully licensed by the state and authorized to sell cars.
Okay. Just thought I'd ask. It sounds like they're on a bit of an island there, considering it's Will. Yeah.
We could reach out and try to talk to them about voluntarily annexing with us and improving some of their site conditions, and we could allow them access to our facade grant program as an incentive to annex, so.
That's where I was gonna go with that. I was gonna say it might be worthwhile doing that. And you could also do the thing where, and we've done this with other properties, Matt, that we wanted into the city to get, say, for instance, like on the north side of 159th Street, wanted unified zoning over there. So we just asked those parcels to come in, but we don't charge them that extra 10% city tax. They weren't paying it now, but at least they're doing the benefit of having zoning in there. So, there might be wisdom, because if it's, like you said, it's an eyesore. It's as you come into town that, and I'm just talking out loud here as we're brainstorming, is that, maybe that's part of it. It's like there's no city tax for 10 years, but you access facade grants, and there's the ways that we can work together. It's probably worth having a conversation with them. So.
It's a great spot. I mean, fantastic traffic count. I mean, it's got all the pieces in place. It's just, the appearance, that's all. So, thank you.
All right, anything else, friends? All right, then we'll look for a motion to, did you have something, Renee?
So moved.
Oh, okay. Motion to adjourn, so moved by Mark. Seconded by Renee, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Whenever you're set up, Kevin. All right, looking for a roll call for city council.
All right, Seaman. Ferguson. Here. Lopes. Here. Birdbauer.
Here.
Lovely.
Here.
McDonald.
Here.
Harris.
Here.
Kostecki.
Here.
Four.
All right, looking for a motion to have a consent agenda.
Second.
All right, it was Joanne and Karen. All in favor? All right, so we're looking for approval for the committee of the whole meeting minutes from January 4th, the city council meeting minutes for January 4th, our payroll period ending January 8th, extension of professional services agreement with with Ty Ginsberg. He's our consultant. What do you call those guys, man? The lobbyist, thank you. Professional services agreement with SAQ Consulting, for the same, a 6 months review of executive session meeting minutes. There's a special use permit for motorcycle repair shop, and then there's the special use permit for the ice hockey development at the O2 General Office District. So we're looking for a motion to approve those items. Sounds like Mark and Karen.
No, that was Renee.
Oh, Renee, sorry. And then can I have a roll call, please?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
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 All right, next we're looking for a motion to approve our bills through January 10th. All right, JR and Karen, may I have a roll call?
Yes.
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 All right, then next we're looking for a motion to approve ordinance 23001, which is the BYOB on-site consumption at the Cigar Lounge with certain conditions, as we stated before. Looking for a motion to approve that. So Mark and Renee. Was there any outstanding questions we had on that? Okay.
We were lowering the square
Lowering the
footage.
square footage.
We deleted that, so there's no.
Deleted that.
Yep.
All right. And if there's nothing else, we'll do a roll call.
Okay. Saban.
Yes.
Bartleson.
Yes.
Lobes.
Yes.
Bergbauer.
Yes.
Malogly.
Yes.
McDonald.
Yes.
Harris.
Yes.
Kostecki.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, I had no open floor comment card, so just looking for a motion to adjourn then.
So moved?
Second.
All right, Mark and Joanne, all in favor? Aye. Well, thanks.
John?